So there I was, 10 o'clock at night, cutting into live sewer pipe in a basement of a downtown hotel. Tenants oblivious. No one knew what was going on. I said, "Don't these people sleep?" Sewer spraying from the blade. Brother and I wading through a foot of water in our concrete boot, and we're working through the night to stop a basement flood. So this is how I learned that cast iron pipes have seams in them. I learned it the hard way. It's an evening call. 30-unit hotel, downtown. Basement floor flooded with sewer. Brother and I responded immediately. We got our concrete boots on, and we wade through the effluents. Hotel guests are upstairs, oblivious to the disaster below. Manager discovers it while he's going down to get supplies. Naturally, he calls the property manager, our friend, who's managing for his mother, same hotel as the previous story. So what we discovered was a crack along the seam of a cast iron pipe, which I didn't know existed. Pipe along about an 8-foot section had bulged, opened up, and the sewage was just flooding out. They weren't having any backed up toilet issues, and they'd been leaking for quite a while. Tenants were still upstairs using the toilets. It's a 30-unit hotel, but it's one of those, for the 90s, I guess it was $50 a night hotel. There were some long-term people in there, long stay. So it wasn't like 30 people were flushing the toilet at the same time. It was like they were having to take turns, but they were probably doing their weekly shower. I don't know. They were taking their showers, and the fluids and the smell just kept compounding. So we decided that, well, luckily this time in our lives, there's a big box store, an actual Home Depot, that's not far from downtown. It's over in the sports arena area, and it's open 24 hours. So we write up our material list, and we go get the material, and we return. It's probably after midnight at this point, so we're cutting into this pipe. At this time we're using abrasive blades to cut through this cast iron pipe. And cast iron, you can't just cut through with a sawzall blade. It has to be a special blade, a carbide tip blade, or in this case it was a diamond cutting blade, making all kinds of noise, and it's flinging this stream of materials all over us. We're cutting through it in two places to make room for this. And now my brother had some recent experience with doing sewer pipes in the ground for new construction, but he knew about this technique of taking a rubber coupling that has the stainless steel around the outside and the hose clamps, and he knew about taking it and folding it, putting it on the pipe, the new pipe, taking the steel off of it, folding the rubber back. We did this on both ends, and then we wedged it in there between the two cuts, and then just unfolded the rubber, wrapped it with the stainless steel material, and then hose clamped in two places on both ends of the pipe. And then we were good. We were golden, so to speak. We were stinky, but we were golden. That's when, we're cutting through this pipe, and this is when I made the comment, don't these people sleep? I mean, you can't just tell 30-unit people, stop flushing! I guess you could, but the property, or I should say the manager of the hotel who lived there, didn't want to. He said we would have had to give them more notice. Plus the basement was already flooded and we've already walking through it, we're already working in it, so he said just, proceed with the work. Well, let me tell you, the cleanup, which was not solely up to my brother and I, was done over the subsequent days. We got our work done that night. We went back, basically threw our clothes out and got some rest before we went back to continue to assess the situation and see if there's any other suspect pipes. We ended up replacing all of the cast iron pipe, including what went underneath the rotting floor of the next door restaurant, which had closed permanently. So we ended up replacing all of that piping and bringing it up to code, or bringing it up to today's standards, as we say. We actually brought in tons of sand, one wheelbarrow at a time, like to fill up the voids and get rid of the crawl space and actually put a slope slab with drains in for the next kitchen. It was quite a project. And once again, the repairs were done timely and pretty cost effectively. Once again, the mother was happy. And the hotel never skipped a beat, never had an issue, just went on with its regular business. So here's the lesson. There's always a lesson. Either teaching or preaching. So the emergency repairs don't wait for daylight. Sometimes you work through the night. In literal, tenants and guests are often oblivious to what's going on around them. Property owners who call immediately save money versus waiting. Creative techniques with the rubber couplings beat traditional methods in emergencies. I mean, it's really tough to repair a pipe that's not going to move away on either end. It's rigid. It's a fixed repair in the middle. In this case, it's cast iron being replaced with ABS. Cast iron was advertised and promoted when ABS was first coming out as the quiet pipe. It was thicker, not thicker material, but sound deadening. It had less sound penetrating through it. It didn't have the same frequency vibration that was created with ABS when you flushed the toilet. So it was the quiet pipe, but this was back when they put a seam in the quiet pipe. Some jobs aren't glamorous, but they're necessary. Someone has to do the dirty work. When you need someone who works through the night when others don't, check out MrFixer.com. That's MrPhixer.com. I'll show up at midnight in my concrete boots. Subscribe for more disgusting emergency repair stories. Brotherhood plus experience plus a willingness to get dirty. And I'll see you on the next one.